Hello, am I audible to everyone? Please write yes in the chat box.
Yes, Chandrika.
Hello everyone. I hope you all are keeping safe and sound in the current scenario. And here I am again, Chandrika Lamba from Lawyer. Today we present another session of hashtag Mentor on importance of intellectual property rights and its kinds with Mr. R.P. Yadav. To give a brief introduction about who R.P. Yadav is. So, Mr. R.P. Yadav is the founder and managing partner of SR4 IPR Partners, patent and trademark attorney. Mr. Ram Prakash Yadav started his career in 1987 with a reputed intellectual property law firm as an advocate, patent and trademark attorney, and worked for more than 16 years with the firm. He then served National Innovation Foundation as a national coordinator, IPR. Subsequently, he worked with the Intel Technology India subsidiary of Intel Incorporation USA as patent attorney for 3 years, an Indian MNC, and lastly, Italian Embassy as senior advocate IPR for 2 years. He has thus earned an experience of about 30 years in the field of intellectual property rights practice. Mr. Yadav has obtained special training in Japan as an IP protection lawyer in the year 2011 and is an alumni of APIC JIPII Japan. His contribution toward IPR has been recognized by MHRD and AICTE, Government of India, in the year 2018 and 19. He has traveled to various foreign countries, including USA, Canada, China, Thailand, Singapore, Japan, and Dubai, to assess viability of technologies to be acquired by Indian companies to provide opinions in respect of other cross-border IP issues, and also to deliver lecture on IPRs and Indian system. Mr. Yadav delivers lecture talks in the seminars conference organized by MSME, NRDC, CSIR, DST, Government of India, TIFAC, CII, and in educational institution universities since 2010 regularly. I request all of you to share your questions on the chat box, which will be answered by Mr. R.P. Yadav in the after the presentation in the Q&A session. Thank you. First of all, welcome, sir, for taking out your precious time for this webinar on intellectual property rights, and I request you to take over the screen now and share your opinions and your point of view on this topic.
Yes, thank you, Chandrika, for the nice introduction, and good morning, everyone. Let me start as Chandrika has told each and everything about me. So I will not waste my time and your time, and I will go directly to the presentation and the talk. So let us understand first of all that what is intellectual property. Intellectual property is a property which is created by a person by using his own intellect. If I say in 3 words, then this is creation of mind is intellectual property. Examples may be an invention, maybe relating to a product, maybe a design of an article, maybe a literary artistic work. We will discuss all these intellectual property rights in detail in the subsequent slides. Intellectual property right is a kind of statutory right which is being granted by the state government to the applicant. And why this right is granted to the applicant? Because the person who has created the intellectual property, it takes lot of time to create an intellectual property, maybe an invention or other kind of intellectual property. So as he has worked hard in the lab for years together, and the same information is being disclosed to the Government of India or the state government of his or her own country, And in lieu of that, the state government grants the monopoly rights, the statutory right, just for the commercial benefit of the person concerned. And that right which is being granted by the government is being called as intellectual property right. Now the relevance part of this, why this intellectual property has become so relevant now. It was not earlier. Just to understand it, most of you would be aware of that this 21st century has been recognized as the century of knowledge. And knowledge is something which cannot be stolen by anyone. But the person who has got knowledge can only share it with others. And that is what is being done. You might have seen the government of India is taking each and every kind of action just to make it possible to increase the number of IP applications filed by the Indian people and Indian business houses, companies like Startup India, Make in India. There are so many schemes which have been rather introduced by the government of India just to increase the number of applications filed by Indian applicants. What I have seen is that each and every business house creates a kind of intellectual property knowingly and unknowingly. जाने और अनजाने में हर बिजनेस हाउस किसी तरह की कोई इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी क्रिएट करते हैं, लेकिन उनको ये नहीं पता होता that how to get it registered or protect the intellectual property under the relevant provisions of the intellectual property rights. अगर मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल आपको दूं तो आप देखते हैं कि छोटे छोटे खिलौने प्लास्टिक के कंपनियां बनाती हैं, मार्केट में बेचती हैं. And these toys are so nice that though they are being sold on the Patri Bazaar, but when you go, you like to purchase it and you take it. और जिस कंपनी ने वो बनाया, अगर आप देखें तो महीने 2 महीने बाद वो कंपनी बनाना बंद कर देती है उसे, because all other people imitate, कॉपी करते हैं, इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं और सेम डुप्लीकेट आइटम को कम कीमत पे मार्केट में प्रोवाइड करा देते हैं. और जो ओरिजिनल क्रिएटर थे डिजाइन वाले, उनको अब ये पता ही नहीं कि हम क्या करें, कैसे रोकें डुप्लीकेसी को, तो वो नहीं रोक पाते क्योंकि उन्होंने कोई प्रोटेक्शन लिया ही नहीं था. सो जस्ट टू मेक अस अवेयर कि हम क्या करें, इसी के लिए आज का ये सेशन मैंने सोचा कि चलिए करते हैं इसको, and we will try to understand how can we do it. So this is what is the relevance. Now, if you might be knowing that Microsoft, 85% of asset of Microsoft are in the form of intellectual property. Patent, trademark, copyright, design. The cost of the Microsoft Word as such runs into billions and billions of US dollars. Cost of our trademark, Tata, Bajaj, runs into billions and billions of US dollars. Kingfisher was the very good trademark of our country, but as Mr. Malia has left the country, now this has been ruined. So now there's no cost of the trademark or brand Kingfisher. But if Malia would have stayed, this was the cost of the Kingfisher was also running into billions and billions of US dollar. You visit any country and you can get that Kingfisher beer there. China, when I was there in Intel, working with Intel, see, this is between 2004 to 2007. These people were rather encouraging their business people just to copy each and everything and export it, get the money. So input of money they wanted in the form of foreign currency, and they were allowing every business house to copy each and everything and float it into the foreign market. But now if you see, China has worked so hard that they are number 1 in filing the patent applications in the world. Not only in the world, patent applications, each and every kind of IP application, they are the number one in filing. But if you see India, we are very, very much lagging behind. If I tell you little data, in India, when I started my practice in 1987, the applications were being filed in the number of 180 to 220, but now this number has been increased to 48,000 to around 48,000, and out of these applications, 80% applications are of foreign people. Foreigners are the applicant, maybe individual or company, and that's the biggest lacuna. But the good thing is that 80% inventors which have been named in these 80% patent applications are Indian. So the only thing is that our people, our government or business houses, they are not able to rather retain the talent which we have. So we are full of talent, but we are not able to retain it in India. Let's go ahead. What are the importance of these intellectual property? This intellectual property is an asset. Like you have movable properties with you, you have immovable properties with you. This is a kind of property which is intangible property. It's not in the form of physical form, but you can very well rather feel it. And when you have got patent with you, when you have got registered trademark with you, you proudly tell the people that, look, I have got, or this is my trademark which is registered, or I have got 5 patents, I have got 10 patents. So these things you can very well feel, and you can utilize this intellectual property, any kind of intellectual property, in the same manner as you utilize other immovable and movable properties. The second importance is that the IP owner can stop others from manufacturing and selling the products for which the owner has got patent, for which the owner has got registered trademark, for which the owner has got registered design in his favor. And the third importance is that IP owner can, as I told you, he can use it in the same manner as the other kind of properties, movable and immovable properties, are being utilized. He can sell it, he can license it for commercial gains. He can himself use it for commercial gains. So that is what another importance. And another importance is that, do you know that brand value? When it is being, how it is being created? When you maintain the quality of the goods, and these goods are being sold under a particular trademark, in this fashion, you establishes a goodwill in the market. Like if you go to the market to purchase a Sony TV, and if you come to know that, oh, this is Sony TV, then everyone can feel that, okay, Sony is the one which gives the best picture. So the picture wise, Sony is the best. Likewise, if you take your child to a shoe shop, and if you allow him to choose the shop, he will go to the shop and he will like the shoe on which that right symbol is there. Do you know right symbol means that this shoe is of Nike brand? And as the child had seen in his school that everyone is wearing that kind of shoe, you also very proudly purchase it by shelling out maybe 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, and not only this, up to 8,000, 10,000 rupees, because you know it very well that if the shoe is purchased, and if my son is using it or daughter is using it, and even if he or she play with it, this shoe will long last. So that is what is the kind of goodwill. And slowly, brand value is created in the same fashion. Now, another importance of this intellectual property is that inventor can very well write it in his or her resume. Because nowadays, if you see in the interview board, if you face the interview board, then the people will ask you that how many patents you have, or what is the status of the intellectual property. Have you got any kind of intellectual property with you? So this question is now people are have started you asking this kind of question. And then the IPR certificate. This IPR certificate establishes the legal and valid ownership about an intellectual property. As you know, suppose you have got a car and this is registered in the RTO office. So what is the proof of ownership with you? That registration certificate, which is being called as RC. So if your car is stolen, what will you do? You will go to the police station, and the police station will ask you about the proof of ownership, and then you will show the RC. Likewise, if you have got the registration certificate with you, it means this is a documentary evidence that you are the one who is the owner of this kind of intellectual property. Although sometimes you means it is not mandatory to get any kind and every kind of intellectual property registered, but it is advisable, it is required, because in case of litigation, you are sometime not able to prove it that you are the owner of this. So it is better to get it registered and get that certificate with you. Let's go ahead. Kinds. Now let's discuss about kinds. So kinds patent is one, and this is all kind of technologies are being protected under the Patent Act 1970. Design is to protect the outer ornamental configuration of an item, and the act is being named the Designs Act. Trademark to protect word, sign, logo, label under which the goods are being sold, and the act is being named as the Trademark Act 1999. Copyright is to protect the literary and artistic work, and Copyright Act 1956. GI is to protect the regional specific products, region specific product, geographical indication named as Geographical Indication Goods Act. And then ICs, integrated circuits, protection of integrated circuit layout and designs Act 2000. And then plant, invented by farmers, protection of plant varieties and Farmer Right Act. And then there is another one, trade secret. And all these intellectual property rights are territorial rights. So territorial rights, what I mean to say is that if you have got or if you are protected an intellectual property in India, your rights are protected in India only, and you can stop others from commercializing your intellectual property in India only, based on Indian patent, based on registration or protection of Indian trademark. You cannot go to China or US and say to the people that, look, this is my trademark. No. If you want to do business in China, in US or any other country, you have to protect your rights in that particular country. Let's go ahead now. Patent. We will discuss about little about patent. So patent is exclusive monopoly right, which is being granted by the state government to the patentee for a limited period in lieu of, as I told you, in lieu of the informations or best known method which is being disclosed in the form of patent application. And this monopoly right is, what does it confers to the patentee? That it gives all kind of rights to exploit that patent for the commercial gains by the patentee or the owner of the patent, and also to stop others from manufacturing and selling the patented product without the permission of the owner. So that is what is known as patent. Now let's go ahead. Now if you see, the patent is granted for an invention. Now let's understand what is an invention. An invention in general means a new discovery relating to a product, machine or process, even to an existing module or idea. So if you have improved an existing machine, that improvement, even the improvement will be treated as if this is an invention only when this complies or this improvement falls or fulfills the criteria which are being mentioned in the definition of the invention in the Patent Act itself. And according to the Patent Act, the invention means a new product or process. So any product or process which is new, involving an inventive step, means the process or product is non-obvious, means the product or process has been technically advanced. So there is a technology which is involved in it. And number third criteria is capable of industrial application. So it means that this product or process should be useful in the industries, and the product or process should be useful ultimately to the public at large. So if an invention qualifies these three conditions, invention may be product or process related to a process or product, and if this product or process is new, non-obvious and useful, only then this invention is a patentable invention. Let's go ahead. Therefore, any product, any process is patentable only if the product or process is new, involving an invention non-obvious and industrial usefulness. Just let me give the simple example. Let me give you the first picture. If you see, it's a simple iron rod. And it is of no use. Maybe it may be used in the construction of the buildings only, or for making other kind of products. Like the one on the right hand side, upper right hand side, you see, it's a sieving needle. ये एक सुई है जो हम घर में अक्सर हमारी माताएं बहनें यूज करती हैं इसको. Now just see what the person did was that he made a hole on one end of this rod, and he made or he sharpened the other end. और जब उन्होंने एक एंड को शार्पन कर दिया, तीखा बना दिया, और दूसरे एंड पर होल बना दिया, नाउ इट बिकम्स ए सीविंग निडल. ये एक सुई बन गई जो हमारे घरों में सिलाई के काम आती है. नाउ जस्ट सी, दिस इज न्यू. It is not a simple rod, it's a new item. Technically advanced, it has been advanced technically because at the one end hole is provided and the other end has been sharpened. And it is useful. Just see, it is being used by our sisters and mothers in our houses. So all these three ingredients are being fulfilled by. What I mean to give this simple example is that it is not needed to do a rocket kind of an invention. There is no need to involve a rocket science. No, simple item, but if it fulfills three ingredients, it is patentable. Now just see the last one, bottom one, which is again a sieving needle, which is being used in the sieving machines. So again, someone has to do it, and the person applied his mind, made the hole on the sharpen end, and the other end was made blunt. और अगर आप देखें तो उस पर चपटा सा एक वो होता है चैनल जैसा, और and he provided a guide also, guide channel, which guides the thread to the hole. Again, see all these three ingredients, which is newness, novelty, non-obviousness, and usefulness. This item is also fulfilling all the criteria, and then it is patentable. Life is 20 years of a patent worldwide now. When I started my practice way back in 1987, the life of the patent was for mechanical items 14 years, and for goods which were food items or pharma goods, the life was 7 years. But now it has been 20 years all over, because we became the member country of WTO in 1995, and then we have to change our laws just to make it at par with the laws of the other countries. So worldwide now the lifetime of the patent is 20 years. In India, the patent has to be renewed every year. In US, if you see, the patent has to be renewed every 3.5 years. Government fee for filing the patent application is not much. It is 1,600 rupees for individual applicant, 4,000 for MSME applicant, and 8,000 for a legal entity other than individuals. And if you see, sometimes people ask me that can a software be patented? Yes, software can be patented, but the software per se, a general kind of software, is not patentable. The software, goods specific software, वो सॉफ्टवेयर जो एक पर्टिकुलर मशीन को चलाने के लिए बना हो या एक पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस को ऑपरेट करने के लिए बना हो, so a combination of software as well as hardware is patentable. बट सॉफ्टवेयर की खास बात यह है कि तीन तरह से प्रोटेक्ट किया जा सकता है. सॉफ्टवेयर कैन बी प्रोटेक्टेड एज कॉपीराइट, सॉफ्टवेयर कैन बी प्रोटेक्टेड एज पेटेंट, सॉफ्टवेयर कैन बी प्रोटेक्टेड एज ट्रेड सीक्रेट. design. Now, design means outer ornamental configuration of an item. For example, it may be shape, pattern, or composition of the lines. If I show you some example, so outer ornamental configuration of an item, of an article, are protectable under design set. Now, just see, let us see. Article means, according to the Design Act, it has been mentioned that what is an article. So, article means an article or an item which can be manufactured and sold separately, independently. So, anything which can be manufactured independently and sold independently in the market, it is being treated as if this is an article. So, any article is protectable under design set. Let us see some example. Just see this pen. It's a new design. Is very well protectable under design set. Just see this telephone set. It's very well protectable under design set. You might not have seen this design. Just see this car, which is a Volkswagen car, right? Not only this, even the fabric is registrable under design set. You might have seen this Ritu Beri. Ritu Beri is the lady who is designer, and she designs the salwar suits for ladies and other articles also. And she gets it registered or protected as a design, and no one can copy the designer suits which are being made by Ritu Beri. Not only this, even some more. Just see rings, bangles, जिनको हिंदी में हम कड़ा कहते हैं, मोटा होता है थोड़ा सा बैंगल से, वो सब प्रोटेक्ट किए जा सकते हैं. And I don't know whether you people know or not. There's a company which is named as De Beers. De Beers is a foreign company. I think this belongs to UK, and they filed the applications for such item jewelries in India. In the number of hundreds and hundreds of applications are being filed, and no one can copy it. So not only this, even some more designs like sets, maybe sofa set, tea set, lemon set, even the lemon set can be protected as a design under the provisions of the design set. Even sofa set is protectable as a design under the provisions of design set. I belongs to District Aligarh, so I thought that let me show you these locks which are being very well registrable under design set. And then door handles, they are also registrable under. Just see, each and every design is different from the other. So any different or new design can be registered under the provisions of design set. Now fee, just see the fee is not much, but it has been, yes, of course, bifurcated into three parts. Number one is 1,000 rupees for individual applicant, 2,000 rupees for MSME applicant, and 4,000 rupees for a legal entity other than individual. So this is what is the fee structure of design. Like three steps, fee structure was there in patent. Say lifetime of this is 15 years. So at the time of filing this design application, this is registered for 10 years, and it can be renewed. A design can be renewed for another 5 years, but before the expiry of 10 years. Now let's go to trademark. A trademark is, see, if I tell you in the simple language, a trademark is a mark, maybe word mark, maybe logo mark, which identifies the manufacturer of the item. So a mark or symbol which identifies, like if you see the symbol of Tata, you come to know that T is written, it means this is a product of Tata. See the Nike mark, see the Woodland mark, see the Dabur India mark. I will show you some examples also. So anything which may be a symbol, word, brand, heading, label, name, signature, packaging, these are the things which identifies the manufacturer of an item, and that's being called as trademark. Let's see some kinds of trademark. This is word mark. And word mark is the simple thing which may be Tata, Bajaj, Pepsi, Yakult. Simply written either in English or in Hindi, TATA, और टा बना के आ की मात्रा लगाया और फिर टाटा लिख दे. This is all simply written words which is called as word mark. If you go see another mark, this logo mark, which is a symbol or logo, and then the level mark, whole level as such is a level mark. Now collective mark is also there. These are the simple trademark. Now collective mark is there. Collective mark is the one which is being used by the association of people as a trademark. The best example I will show you as this GI. And the certification mark you might have seen on the goods like ISI mark, Wool mark. These marks are being known as certification trademark. Let's see some examples. Just see example word mark. Sony, Tata, Bajaj, Nokia, Philips. These are simply written mark. Dabur, Samsung. They are all simple word mark. Logo mark is a simple symbol. I will show you the example. And then level mark is the whole level. Just see now. Nokia, Sony. These are the simple examples of word mark. Let's go ahead. These are the logo marks. Just see Tata, T, Bajaj, B. If you see earlier days, Tata was written, T was written in a circle, and B is written in a hexagonal. Dabur India has not changed. They are the same tree logo. So if you see any symbol, T symbol, B symbol, or this tree symbol on the product, you will come to know that, oh, this is a product of Tata, Bajaj, or Dabur, and that's being called as logo mark. Let's go ahead. Just see, this is what is being known as level mark. So Cadbury Gems, see, it's a small kind of box in which small toffees are there. And then Dabur India, Dhoni ji प्रचार कर रहे हैं Dabur India के Chyawanprash का. So this kind of, it's a level. Just see, Dabur is written, bottle is shown, Dhoni himself is shown. So it's being called as level mark. The whole appearance is being called as level mark. Example of collective mark like GI, geographical indication. You might have seen Darjeeling tea, Pashmina shawl, Allahabad guava. I will show you. I think it's there. And then example of certification mark. You might have seen Wool mark, ISI mark. When you go to purchase the things for your domestic use, you always see that, oh, I will see whether this goods is ISI mark or not. Or you will see when you, for the winter season, if you go for purchasing of the woolens, then you will always see that wool mark. And wool mark certifies that at least 60 to 70% wool is there. ISI mark says that this goods is made as per the standards which have been defined by the Bureau of Standards. So, and it says, it gives a confidence that, look, I am purchasing a good item. Wool mark, ISI mark, this says, certifies that this item is a good item, you can purchase it. Just see, not only this, even that bottle of Coke has become a trademark. Worldwide, no one can copy the shape, design of this bottle. Another bottle which is Yakult. When I was there in Japan in the year 2010-11, the examiner of patent office came and he brought 2 carats of this Yakult. And he gave us these bottles. This Yakult, shape of this bottle is registered as a trademark worldwide. No one can copy it. And the content in this bottle is a kind of fermented milk, which increases the digestion of the user. Now it is available. For me, it was the first time when I was there in Japan, I used it. It's a drink and soft drink, fermented milk inside it. But now it is available in India also. I think on those dairy booths, Yakult is available. But the shape of this bottle has become a trademark now. Not only this, if you see when you start your computer, there is a sound. Like, so even the sound mark are registrable as a trademark. Not only that, if you might be using deodorant, then if you open the bottle, you feel a specific kind of smell, right? Even the smell marks are registered. The government fee is not much. It is 4,500 rupees for individuals and small enterprises, and 9,000 rupees for the people other than the individuals and small enterprise. So fees is not much. Lifetime of a trademark is unlimited lifetime. It is at the time of registration, it is 10 years. And then before the expiry of 10 years, you can get it registered. You can get it renewed every after 10 years. But before the expiry of 10 years. So the lifetime of a trademark is unlimited. There is no limit. You can get it used for decades and decades and centuries. The only thing is that you have to get it renewed every 10th year. Let's go ahead. Now, this is very important slide. Please tell your own people, known people, not to use encircled R, because encircled R shows that this particular trademark has been registered. And unless you have got a registration certificate with you, you cannot use it encircled R. What you can do is you can very well use it trademark. Trademark is a kind of caution which is being given to the public at large that look, this is what is my trademark, please don't copy. Encircled R means that this is my registered trademark, please don't dare to copy it, else I will sue you. So please, if you use encircled R without having registration certificate in your hands, it means that you are misleading the public at large and you can be put behind the bars for misleading the people or user of the country. Let's go copyright. Copyright is a kind of right, monopoly right, which is being given for literary and artistic work. And literary and artistic work, dramatic work, cinematographic film, and sound recording. So, and of course, as I told you, any kind and every kind of intellectual property right is not necessary to register, but it is always advisable and required, because when litigation starts, you are nowhere unless you have got a registration certificate with you. So it's better to get every kind of intellectual property right protected well under the provisions of the respective acts. Now, just see the fee for registering a copyright is not much. This runs between 500 rupees to 5,000 rupees. 500 rupees for literary and artistic work, and 5,000 rupees for the cinematographic films. So the fee depends on the nature of the work. Term, copyright term is a very long term, and there is no need to get it renewed. And the term is long in the sense that the copyright is subsists for the whole life of the creator, of the author, and 60 years even after demise. आपने देखा डिस्कवरी ऑफ इंडिया नेहरू जी ने लिखी, कब लिखी थी, और मेरे ख्याल में आज तक अभी तक शायद रॉयल्टी मिलती है, क्योंकि अभी उनको डिमाइस ये हुए 60 साल हुए नहीं. So even up to 60 years, the legal heirs of Mr. Nehru will get the royalty. So very lengthy lifetime of the copyright. Copyright can be registered in the home country of the person, of the author or the creator of the copyright, and under the Berne Convention, the treaty is that each and every member country of this Berne Convention will respect the registration of the copyright, though it is not registered in the particular country, but as it is registered in the home country of the author, it is respected everywhere. But every other intellectual property right, you have to register wherever you want to do business. Geographical indication. Now just see, it's a kind of indication or mark or logo mark which tells that this particular product has been originated in a particular geography of a country. So geographic specific product like basmati rice, Darjeeling tea, which has got a unique flavor, unique taste, and this unique flavor or unique taste comes due to the environment, weather conditions, and the nature of soil. Because everywhere you see the quality of soil is different, the weather conditions are different, and due to those weather conditions and quality of soil, this product, which is a natural product, sometimes the product may be man-made product. I will show you some examples. All these things, they are coming from a particular geography, and that is why geographical indications has come into existence in 1999, just to protect the artisan's right of that particular area. Let's go ahead. See the Darjeeling tea. The tea which is being produced in Darjeeling, the same tea, if you produce here in Uttarakhand, maybe Dehradun, you will not get that flavor because the environment, weather conditions, soil is different here in Dehradun than it is available in Darjeeling. Just see the other one is Kangra tea. So the taste of Kangra tea is different than the Darjeeling tea. Just as I told you, due to weather conditions, soil conditions. The top right hand side, this is Kulu salt. See the design which is being given on the border. Usually this is a man-made product, but this design usually is being used by the artisans who are there in that Kulu Manali area. So this is Kulu salt which is registered, and when these symbols as registered as GI, when they are put like ISI or Gold mark, if you put this mark with the tea packet of Darjeeling tea, it means it's the original Darjeeling tea. Kangra tea means original Kangra tea. Shawl, it means it is the original Kulu shawl. And when, see, everyone wants to purchase the original things. So when you see these things, then it means that it's the original item and you sell out like money, like anything. Maybe the product may be costly, but then you would like to purchase it because you know it that this is the original product. The fourth one is Madhubani painting. Just see the Madhubani painting, it is made by freehand. And the artisans who are residing in the district Madhubani of Bihar, they paint it. And Madhubani painting is being sold in the market like a hot cake. Because the foreigners, they want to purchase the real things, the original things, and they sell out money like anything just to purchase if they come to know that it's the original product. Let's go ahead. This is a guava, Allahabad ka amrud. आप देखिए, अगर इसको अंदर से काट के देखें तो पूरा पिंक जैसा निकलता है, and so tasty, like तिरुपति लड्डू जो आप देख रहे हैं गुआवा के नीचे. मैं गया हूं 2 बार तिरुपति, और अगर आप देखें उस लड्डू को, थोड़ा बड़ा होता है साइज में, मेरी एक ही लड्डू मेरे ख्याल में 200 ग्राम 250 ग्राम का होता है. And if you taste it, the taste I have felt, the taste is something different. कहीं दूसरी जगह से आप लड्डू लीजिए, पता नहीं क्या है उस लड्डू में, कौन सी ऐसी चीज यूज होती है उस लड्डू में कि टेस्ट ही उसका अलग है. And that is the reason they got it registered as GI. टॉप राइट हैंड साइड देखें आप तो पश्मीना शॉल ऑफ कश्मीर, बिल्कुल उसकी डिजाइन अगर आप देखें, और वो वही बिल्कुल शॉल्स जैसे कि जो पहले हम कहा करते थे कि साहब एक अंगूठी के अंदर से निकल जाती है. इट्स सो सॉफ्ट एंड इट्स सो वार्म बिकॉज द ओरिजिनल वूल इज बीइंग यूज्ड, पश्मीना शॉल. एंड अगर आप दूसरा वाले देखें तो मैसूर सिल्क. सो इफ यू सी दिस सिंबल इट मींस द साड़ी, दिस इज ए रियल ओरिजिनल साड़ी ऑफ मैसूर. जस्ट सी, दिस इज फिरोजाबाद से बेंगल्स, कांच का सामान जितना भी है फिरोजाबाद से बनता है. एंड दिस इज अगेन द जीआई ऑफ फिरोजाबाद. और अगर आप आगे देखें तो कन्नौज का परफ्यूम जो वर्ल्ड वाइड एक्सपोर्ट होता है, छोटा सा सिटी है कन्नौज उत्तर प्रदेश में. व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टुवर्ड्स लखनऊ ऑन द जीटी रोड इट इज देयर. और वहां से परफ्यूम जो है वर्ल्ड वाइड एक्सपोर्ट होता है. एंड दे हैव गॉट जीआई फॉर दैट परफ्यूम बिकॉज इट हैज गॉट यूनिक स्मेल व्हिच यू कैन नॉट गेट in the perfume which is being made in somewhere else. And the fee is not much, 5,000 rupees. Lifetime is as the same as of trademark. 10 साल के लिए रिन्यू होता है और 10 साल खत्म होने से पहले आप उसको फिर से रिन्यू करा सकते हैं. Now I think it's the session for question answer, and this is my contact details. So let's take the questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. First of all, it was very insightful. Like lately, we have seen that these lot of people on social media, we call them influencer nowadays, they used to keep that R, encircled R on their username. I think मुझे लगता नहीं है कि इतने लोग उसको रजिस्टर करवाते होंगे, but this is very insightful कि अगर आपने उसको रजिस्टर नहीं करवा रखा and then too you are using that encircled R against any name, anything, so वो legally गलत है, right? That's what you told in the PPT.
Yes. Yes. So unless you have got a registration certificate with you, you are not entitled to use encircled R. Circle के अंदर R को लिखा हुआ आपको यूज नहीं करना चाहिए. Anyone from the public can complain, and the trademark registry will take action against you if they come to know that you are using or you are telling the people that this is my registered trademark, though it is not registered. So never, please use that encircled R unless you have got a registration certificate with you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this information. I think most of the people out there would relate to it nowadays. Sir, there is a question from Ridula Mohan. She's asking that there has been many instances where well-known trademark names have been misused in cyberspace. What are the remedies available in such instances, especially when the infringer is from different country?
Right. So, see, cyber law is a different kind of law, and cyber law, of course, this is being misused by the people like anything, and the actions are available as per the cyber law. And now, if you see, even this website which are selling the products, they ask for the certificate for the evidence. Whoever wants to sell their products on those websites like Amazon, Alibaba, or similar website, Flipkart, they will ask for the proof that whether you have filed a trademark registration application or not. So now, though it was being misused in a great manner, but now it is not. And the law, Indian law, has been changed now. Any well-known trademark cannot be used by anyone in any country, and everywhere the law is changed, and they say that well-known trademark, yes, even in the trading name you cannot use it. It was being misused earlier, but now this misuse has been reduced, and even the cyber people, the website on which it is being said that misuse, they are removing it if you file a complaint.
Okay. Sir, next question from Ridula is, Indian is getting ready to private space sector. What are the main IP issues that can arise from sudden privatization, and should there be a separate body to adjudicate the dispute arising out?
There was a demand when this IP policy has been made by the government of India. In the IP policy, it has been suggested that there should be specific codes, IP codes in India, but it is not has happened by the Indian government. It is not in the existence yet. And see, privatization is going on. I think there is no issue in getting the privatization done. The only issue is that if any private company uses any kind of intellectual property right, which is being rather registered by some other person, then in that case the issue will arise, and the person who has got registration or is the owner, he may sue that private company or anyone who is infringing a kind of intellectual property right. So it is better by anyone and every private company just to do due diligence before doing anything else. I think when we purchase the property, what we do the due diligence, right? That whether this property is in the name of the person who is claiming as of owner, and the onus is on the purchaser. You have to find out first that what property I am purchasing, it has got a good title or not. Likewise, for the private sectors also, when they are making certain kind of collaboration with other person or foreign people or someone else, they have to make sure that whatever intellectual property is involved, they have to make sure that whether this intellectual property is owned by that person or not. And there are facilities available, there are people available who can do this due diligence for those private sectors.
Okay, so I think Mridula, your question has been answered by sir. Sir, the next question is from Suhasini. She's asking how to register the intellectual property rights of a scientific project or idea. How can this be done? What are the institutions that take these measures?
See, in India, all kind of scientific things which are being researched by the people. In India, the institution is the only one institution which is being known as Patent Office. Scientific research are always relates to the technical things, maybe a process for the production of a product or the product as such. So maybe electronic product, maybe pharma product, maybe chemical product, all kind of research work. First of all, you have to find out whether the research work is patentable or not. If the research is related to a product, you have to find out whether that product is patentable. And if it is patentable, then you should very well file a patent registration application at the patent office. This Controller General Office is the only institution which is government institution and which is entitled to register all kind of intellectual properties. The patent, trademark, copyright is also now under, earlier it was under Ministry of Human Resource, but now it has come to Intellectual Property Office only, and copyright, design. So before, and the next thing is that before publishing any scientific research work, you have to file the patent application first. See, in India, most of the research institutions and specifically this educational institutions, what they do is that they are doing research and development, maybe related to industrial project. But what they do is that as soon as they find out something new, they write it in the form of an article and publish it. But this practice of publication has to be stopped. See, in India, the 2P system is there. Publish and perish. But if you see in the foreign countries, it's not like that. It is patent, publish, and prosper. So this practice has to be changed in each and every project, which is a scientific project. First of all, it has to find out that whatever has been invented is patentable or not, and if patentable, we should protect it under the proper legislation. If it is a literary or artistic kind of thing, then it should be registered as copyright. If it is a technology related things, then it should be registered as a patent.
Okay. Sir, there is a question. Sir, in regarding softwares protected as trade secret, is there any law in force in India which protects trade secrets? By Mridula.
Yeah. Very good question. I think it's a nice question. In India, there is no legislation for protection of trade secret, and in US there is a legislation. But otherwise, usually, what has happened is that in case of trade secret remains your property so long as you are able to keep it as a secret. As soon as your information becomes known to the public or disclosed in the public domain, then you don't have any right. If I give you the simple example of this chemical formula of soft drinks like Coke and Pepsi. This is the best example of trade secret. These people are making these soft drinks, and you know, in each company, only 2 people are there who knows the complete dope is prepared, and one of this person who knows that formula goes to the container and mix it, and nobody knows what has he done. It's a chemical formulation. So trade secret remains your property till you are able to keep it secret. There is no legislation in India for this, but your rights are protected under common law right for trade secret. But then you have to prove it that I did not do anything just to make it public. Somebody must have stolen. But then again, the case laws are based on the situations and varies from time to time, or depending on the situation and fact of the case.
Okay, so I think sir has answered the question. So there is a question that sir, that how DNA sequence information can be utilized for protection of released crop varieties under IPR.
Yeah. See, DNA sequencing is done in case of plant varieties, and there's a separate act, as I told you, Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right Act. There you have to file the application for the development or the invented crop, and your rights are protected. And particular act is there where you can get your right protected. So you have to file this application with the proper authorities who are authorized to give this kind of registration. Separate act is there, as I told you in the beginning.
Okay, sir, there is a question: what licenses used for 3D printing objects?
See, 3D printing objects is a kind of objects, and licenses are the simple license. See, each and every license depends on the terms and conditions which is being settled between the owner of a product and the person who wants to get the license. So there's no hard and fast rules for making a license. This is always between the parties, and it always works according to the conditions which have been settled amongst the parties. So there's no specific rule. Any product, 3D printing or some other things, they depends on the terms and conditions settled between the parties.
I hope, Suhasini, your questions are answered by RP sir. Sir, the next question we have is, can I allow someone else to use my trademark? By Priya Singh.
Yeah. As I told you, any kind and every kind of intellectual property can be licensed. So if somebody wants, do you know that franchises are there nowadays? Domino's, pizza, and so many things, right? How these people are able? Because they get a user license from the proper owner of the trademark. So trademark, use of the trademark can be licensed, and the owner can license. And this is a kind of agreement which is being known as user agreement, license user agreement. So you have to enter into an agreement, set the terms and conditions, that what is the royalty, what is the amount you will get, and this license user agreement has to be registered with the trademark office, just to let the trademark office know that who are the licensed user.
Sir, there is a question from Rishi. If circled R is the symbol for a registered trademark, then is there any symbol provided to identify a registered copyright or for GI?
Yes. Encircled C is for copyright. Encircled C is the mark just to tell the people, and usually people put it because in case of copyright subsists with the author or the creator of copyright as soon as the work is complete. So अगर मैंने कोई एक पोएम लिख दी या मैंने कोई किताब लिख दी और जैसे ही मेरी किताब पूरी होती है प्रिंटिंग के वक्त ही मैं उस पर एनसर्किल्ड सी लिखवा सकता हूं, even without having any kind of registration. Registration is done just to have the proof of ownership with me, right? In case of trademark, if you put TM, it means that you are telling the people, it's a kind of caution notice that you are telling the people that, look, this is my registered trademark. Please don't copy it, don't use it.
I hope Rishi sir has answered your question well. Sir, next question we have is from Ramesh. I think there is a time constraint. So, sir, can you take few more questions? I think there are a lot of questions.
Don't worry, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, sir, Ramesh is asking, can you please explain how to protect IPR out of India and its process? Thank you in advance.
Yeah. So see, there are two things. The first thing is, the law is that every Indian inventor has to first disclose the invention here in India. This is with regard to patent, right? I'm talking about patent. So when you have done something new, you have to file a patent application here in India, and then you are free to file or protect this invention anywhere in the world. Now there are two ways. Either you go separately in a particular country and file the application, maybe as conventional application. And the second one is that PCT. So Patent Cooperation Treaty is there amongst the member countries, and there they have said that any application, if it is filed in the home country, will be treated as if this has been filed in all the member countries, right? So 178 countries, I think, are the member country of this PCT. So if you file the application first, Indian application, based on Indian application, you file a PCT application within 1 year time, and then it is being known as international phase. Now, subsequently, you have to enter 28 months, 30 months are there with you now, and you can enter into the national phase. And there you have to refile this application, and the filing date will be as of the date which was filed in India. So this is for patent. You can go for international filing, can protect your application. But let me tell you one thing. In protection of filing a patent application until grant in the foreign countries is very costly, very, very costly. You have to shell out maybe from 10 lakh to 15 lakhs of rupees per country, or even sometime even more than that. And this is for patent. Now for trademark, yes, there is a TT. Madrid Protocol has come into existence, and India has become 3 years back. India became the member country of Madrid Protocol, and there you can file an international application, single application, and you can get the registration in all the member countries by filing single application. But again, it is very costly. It's very costly to get a trademark register or patent register in the foreign countries. It's not so cheap as of India.
Okay, sir, there is a question from Ashima. She is asking if the IPR has been denied once and review is granted for the product, how many times can a person reapply for the said product in order to achieve an IPR?
The very, very good question. But if you file a patent application for a particular product or for a particular process, and if the application is published by the patent office, because the process is that when you file this application, 18-month publication is there in case of patent. After 18 months, this is published. And as soon as it is published, it means that this application now is available in the public domain, right? So you can file the patent applications only once for a single invention, for your research and development. As soon as it is published, it becomes a prior art. Now, if you file this application, if it is selected, well and good. If it is rejected, then you are a loser. And second time, you cannot file the application for the same goods or same process, same product or same process. No. patent application is filed only once.
Sir, I think I would like to take this question as last. I think the session is stretching too much, and there are plenty of questions. Tanmay Jain is asking, sir, we have seen various companies like Apple, Samsung filling out and claiming the patents for the incomplete technological theoretical researches. Please enlighten in this regard whether are same in patentable in India or not.
Can you reread this question?
Yes, sir. Just a moment, sir. We have seen various companies like Apple, Samsung filling and claiming the patents for the incomplete technological theoretical researches. Please enlighten in the regard whether are same in patentable in India or not.
No. If the research is not complete, see, patent is granted only when the best known method is disclosed in the patent application. First of all, you cannot file a patent application without completion of research and development. If you file a patent application for the incomplete invention, then it would be objected by the patent office that complete disclosure is not there in the patent application. So, but the only thing is sometimes that you don't need to have a prototype. If you are very much sure that what I have done and what I have discussed in my patent application is the best known method, and I will have the product or process completely. So when you are very much sure, then only you file a patent application. I don't think that the Apple and Samsung will file any application without having the complete information for the product or process, because Apple and Samsung are the companies who are, I should say that they know about the intellectual property and they respect the intellectual property of others also. So these companies, I don't think, I have never seen, I have worked with Intel US. These people will never file an application where the invention is not complete. And if the invention is not complete, the informations are not completely disclosed in the patent application, patent will not be granted. You have to disclose the best known method with regard to that product or process.
I hope sir has answered your question well. Thank you so much, sir, for this amazing session wherein things were very informative from different perspectives, be it social media, be it brand companies who, there are a lot of things nowadays. This is something new, which is social media influencing coming up in this generation, wherein might be they are not so aware about these IPR rights, but certainly they play a very important role in this legal industry, I would say. Thank you so much, sir, once again. And I thank you all the participants for participating in this webinar and asking the relevant questions. And I thank Lloyd for organizing this webinar. And any last word, RP sir, you would like to say for the webinar?
I would say, Chandrika, that if the contact details can be shared with the people who have asked questions, maybe some questions I may not have answered, but if they can write a mail, I will be happy to answer their questions as per my knowledge. Thank you.
Sure, sir. So rest of the questions would be taken care by through the email. Thank you so much, audiences and RP sir, once again.
Thank you, Chandrika. Thank you very much.
Please,
thank you.
And stay safe in this scenario.
Yeah. Thank you.